All right. Moving up to white belt recommended, let's give a round of applause for Lainey. Shake. Take this with 2 hands and make sure. And then shake their hands. Moving up to white belt recommended, let's congratulate Cole. You're welcome, sir. Receiving his white belt recommended tonight, congratulations, Tyler! I love hearing you cheer like that. That's awesome. Congratulations, white belt recommended for Olivia! Receiving white belt recommended, let's congratulate Xena!
Yeah, baby!
Take 2 hands, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And shake all their hands. Moving to white belt decided, congratulations, Matthew! Moving to white belt decided, help me congratulate Derek! Moving to white belt decided, let's give a round of applause for Sammy! And moving to orange belt recommended, let's hear it for Aiden. How about one last round of applause? Congratulations on your new Parents, we have a couple of announcements. Number one, this is the beginner. This is the beginner program. I do want to stress something. If you're not in the Facebook group, that's like a mandatory part of the communication protocol here. We don't rely on an email service or anything like that because email open rate is like 5% of emails that are sent out. So make sure that if you're not in the Facebook group, get in it tonight. It's called Live Confident Slidell Master Club. If you don't have a Facebook, no problem. They're free, mandatory. Go get one. You can call it Jeffrey's Mom. I'm only on Facebook because my instructor is making me, and that's how we communicate online. No problem. That can be your name. And then join the Facebook group, because when we have to close and we have to do stuff like that, it kills me when I have parents drive up here and like the school's closed for a reason that we've been pumping into that Facebook group constantly and nobody hears about it. That's the only, we have 200 students. I can't call all of you. It would take me 3 days. So please make sure that you guys are in that Facebook group. If you're not and you don't know how to do that, just give your phone to my wife. She'll do it. It's perfectly fine. So that's number one. Make sure you're in the Facebook group. Number two is we're going to be closed Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of this week. We've been announcing that in the group and in class. The reason we're closed is because the second biggest tournament of the year, we're part of the largest martial arts organization in the world, so the second biggest tournament of the year is going to be held on Disney World grounds at Wild World of Sports, ESPN Center. And one of the greatest advantages to training here is that our instructors are all high-level competitors. One of the worst things about training here is that our instructors are all high-level competitors. So when there's a giant tournament, we all have to go. The guys have to go fight for their world titles, and we've got students competing on ESPN, so it's a big deal for us. So the school will be closed Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay. The next thing is weapons. When you guys came, we told you that there were 3 weapons. You guys got the weapon for this cycle, which was the short stick, the bung mangi they used tonight. There are 2 other weapons, the nunchucks and the bow staff. The next weapon that we'll be using for the next 2 months is the bow staff, the big stick. If you have not purchased that yet, you need to. They need it next class. And then we just take those weapons and they go in 6-month rotations over and over, and they use them for the next decade. They use them forever. So make sure that if you don't have that one yet, that you get that ordered. The final two announcements is, number one, we have our first regional tournament that's for most of these guys that they're eligible to go to. And it's going to be on Saturday, November 4th. If your child would like to go to that tournament and compete, there's only one thing they have to do. That part of their form that they were following me through, they have to be able to do it by themselves. If your child can do that form by themselves, even just a handful of moves, I would love for them to come and try their first competition while they're a low rank. Keep in mind, it's a bit like if your kid's going to play baseball, their path through baseball is a lot easier if they were competing in t-ball first. They learn the ropes while it's t-ball, and then it's very hard for your first game to go up, and your first game is in the pros. That would be terrible. So that's why I encourage parents, don't wait until your kid's a black belt to start competing. Those other kids have been competing for 5 years before your kid even stepped into the mat for the first time to compete. Start competing while they're young, while they're low ranks, because all their competitors will also be low ranks. The final announcement I have is students who are moving to Master Club. When I call your name, stand up. Cole, stand up.
Yes, sir.
Tyler, stand up.
Yes, sir.
Gavin, stand up.
Yes,
These three students are no longer in the basic program. Starting tomorrow, tomorrow, you guys will be moving to the Master Club Beginner program. Let's give them a round of applause. Tyler, sit down. And we have a couple pieces of equipment. Can't read this name. I love you, wife. This handwriting's terrible. Read it. Tell me. This bow staff belongs to Cole. Let's give Cole a round of applause. Delaney, congratulations, man. And getting some of his gear, but we just got him in Master Club the other day, so it's not all in. This is for you, Gavin. Congratulations, Chief. Parents, this was the final announcement. It's the piece of paper that all your kids have sitting next to them. Sir, Cole, get that on the floor. We have 2 Black Friday sales. One Black Friday sale is on merchandise. It will be in November. A lot of you guys have to buy some type of equipment at some point. Ideally, a giant $300 package of sparring gear. Buy it when it's on sale. It goes on sale in like 3 weeks, right? Go buy it then. So if you know you're going to need it in the next 6 months because it's the literal only piece of mandatory, like outside of the little weapons that are $25 that you get once every 8 weeks, this is the big equipment thing that you need to be part of this sport. Make sure that you guys get that while it's on sale. Okay, that'll be on sale during our Black Friday merchandise sale in November. We will be doing a Black Friday in December as well, but that one will be on tuition. The tuition sale is going to be the best discount we give throughout the year on tuition. Here's how it works. Normally, if you pay in full for a year at this school, you get a 10% discount. 2 years, you get 15%. If you pay in full for 3 years, you get 20%. However, in December, if you pay in full for 1 year, you get 15% off instead of 10. For 2 years, you get 20% off instead of 15. And for 3 years, you get 30% off. If you pay for 3 years in December, you get essentially 1 year completely free. Why 3 years? That's how long it takes to get a black belt. If you've made the commitment with your child and you know that you guys as a team are getting your black belt, don't pay more for it than you need to. Save the money, get your stuff together. Your credit card does not charge the interest rate of 30% or higher. If it does, you need to go check your credit score or something. Something went down. Go get a loan, do what you got to do. Save the money. If you know your child's making it to black belt with us, there's no reason to pay more money for that process than you need to. All of that tuition is on sale for 1 week only in December. After that, it's back to our regular discounts. This is the only time of year that we do that. All right, guys, let's get bowed out. Everybody leave your stuff on the ground, please. Stand up, say yes, sir!
Yes, sir!
Face this way. Let's be just as loud as when we started. Ready? Turn it up! Jump in! Face your families.
Yes, sir, sir!
Can I have all the families out there please stand up?
Yes, sir.
Good. Chong day.
It's time for that.
Face the front.